Ask the question, are you better than a child molester? I've discovered over the 30 years of counseling, the one thing that's missing, and I think because it's not taught in the homes or talked about, we don't have examples of it, right? Is love. Our theme this year is to bring back Christianity, to love God with all our heart, soul, and might, our neighbor as ourselves, and to endure. And when you're in a fallen state, people will judge the molester but think they're better than the molester. And I ask, well, why do you think you're better? When I realized it doesn't matter what you think about yourself or how much you have or don't have or how you accomplish things in life or don't. If you have no love, you have nothing. We have a counseling service, and I have to admit, thanks to God, it is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, they have rough lives, they're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand, I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to 𝒏𝒊𝒂𝒎.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven. I read or heard that some Republicans are starting to pull their advertisements from Google or whomever, right? Because so many conservatives are being shut down, discriminated against, shadow banned, and all that kind of stuff. So conservatives are starting to fight back. It is happening to us too. I was just taking it one day at a time. But you could go to jlptalk.com and find all the ways to support us. You can check out rebuildingthemand.com and support our nonprofit organization. You can call 800-411-BOND, 800-411-2663. And don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share, and Sunny. And also, we have thefallenstate.tv. Ring the bell. Anytime you have situations happening in your life, always be still. Don't overreact. Most of the people that I know, they say, oh, I know Jesus. I love Jesus. I'm an observer. And as soon as something don't go their way, they get mad. I'm like, what the? If you overreact, folks, remember to do that. Don't overreact. And when you get mad, it's your problem. It ain't your wife's problem, your husband's problem, your neighbor, your friend, your preacher, your teacher. It's your problem. Why you think you tick? It didn't go your way or the way you think it should go. Don't have a way you think it should go. Let life just happen. Thoughts make you think that life should go the way you want it to go. And if it doesn't, if someone don't do or say or act the way you think they should act, you hate them. And then you blame them for being mad. It's the darndest thing I ever seen. But it's amazing to see it. So relax.
Like my cousin, sent me you, and I thank him for that. It was more of a, he thinks the whole everything's a joke. That just adds a little spice to it. But in the heart of what you're saying, there is real things going on. And people want to overlook that. And I'm telling you, Mr. Peterson, I'm not one of those people. And I thank God that, he showed you to me. And sometimes we just need some Jesse in our lives, I guess.
I wish we had more brothers like you. We need more brothers like you. Because we don't have most guys that can, lead black people into the right direction. And I thank you for that, because a lot of people will be like, man, it's still going on. It's racism. Yeah. And I try to tell them, watch his show. Listen to this brother. He's telling the truth.
Take no thought about tomorrow. Yesterday doesn't exist. And you're going to see, man, God is with us and all is well. Steve, thank you for calling and thanks for holding. How have you been helped by the show?
I'm going to tell you this. I believe you might go down in history as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, black man that ever lived on planet Earth, as far as I'm concerned.
Like a thief in the night, they'll take away what's left of us. Burning landslides lighting up the sky in front of all of us. Summer fire, heavy heart taking over, leading me to my grave. And I don't know what to think of what I told you, but tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is another day. Fall away. Let the ashes of these memories turn to gray. Stall the pain and let go of all your emptiness so love remains. Like a bird on a fly in the sky, watch the clouds as they pass on by. Soar from the earth with no fear and no need to hold on to you, dear. But I'm afraid that I won't come down, 'cause it feels like having you around, like it was back then, when you and me, we were the best of friends. Summer fire, heavy heart taking over, leading me to my grave.
Isn't he Mexican?
Colombian.
He calls himself American.
What is this?
Anchor Baby.
And in this corner, it's the American Anchor Baby.
Daddy's home.
That's an offensive term. People find that hurtful.
You mean it's not politically correct? Excuse me. I'll use the word anchor baby. You know, he's an anchor baby in Canada.
Tell him we still rolling with Trump, too.
Anchor baby, the whole thing sounds horrific. You're just making it sound like immigrants are these horrific, greedy people.
Ustedes pueden aceptar mi negocio o aceptar las consecuencias. Plata o plomo.
So you would be considered white, in my opinion.
You the blackest one in this room,
I think so.
And what happened was his mama got pregnant on the other side of the border, and then a few hours before, just before it was time for him to pop out, she jumped across the border and let him fall on America's soil. So he became the anchor baby. They don't call him the anchor baby for nothing. Amazing.
We like this anchor baby, right?
Hello, I'm the American Anchor Baby, and this is my show. How you doing, folks? Appreciate you tuning in. Welcome. Something's wrong here. Hold on. Boom. There you go. American Anchor Baby, we're here. Appreciate you tuning in. Welcome to the show. I do appreciate it. Rolling in from the chats, watching the shows. We're here with the American Anchor Baby. It's a pleasure to be back. And I got a little show for you that I do want to get into here. I see calls holding. I appreciate the patience. We're going to get to it all, okay? 888-775-3773 if you want to talk to the Anchor Baby here. But let me say hello to the people. Welcome. Thank you. Bright lights. They're talking about bright lights in the chat. They're not talking about my shirt. They're not talking about the heavenly glow coming off the Anchor Baby. But welcome. How you doing? Nit. Yeah, Nit's here. Thank you. Did I say the number? 888-775-3773. And, we got some news to get into to kick it off just a little bit here. Perusing the CNNs. And a little bit about the border. I bring it up because it's funny on CNN. They're talking about the undocumented spouses. So that's funny to me a little bit. They're watching out for those passport bros, and we love them. Look, they're watching out for the undocumented spouse. I've told you about this before, honestly, where they're protecting 500,000 American families, they say, and roughly 50,000 non-citizen children of immigrants. So they're watching out for them. They don't want to break up families. They care about the family unit. Because that's what they care about, right? Democrats, Republicans, the border, good things, decent things. I don't know. So I don't really need to say anything more about that, right? Because we've been following the border stuff. I showed you the little provision they put in that draft law change to summarize the National Defense Authorization Act. They're sending the National Guard, folks. Don't worry, it's getting handled. Says, I don't think anybody really believes that. But yeah, undocumented spouses. Shout out to the undocumented spouses being protected so that they may be with their American families. Right on, CNN. Yucking it up a little bit with a story that's, I guess, not really a joke. But anyways, the whole thing is a joke. Undocumented spouses. Can I inform all of you on something here? If I can clear something up, you heard maybe something about birth visas. Did you hear something about that? Do we need birth visa? Is this what's going on, Biden? Do we have a birth visa program going on? I heard something about birth rates being low. I did a little digging, found some statistics and stuff. Some say not to be believed, but not particular about anything I've said, but just in general, don't believe those stats. But that's what I hear. I hear that's low birth rates. It's not good. Even if you're an overlord, think about this. Even if you were an evil overlord and you're at the top of your, spiky mountain with a lab all the way at the top, and the dark night crackles with lightning, and there's your lab, right? Even if you were that guy, you would still need a relatively healthy and robust population to do all your evil deeds. So I don't think that's necessarily a good thing. Let's say if you were overlord for a second, we're going all the way with it, like off the deep end. You're evil overlord playing Sim City with the American public. You still want your population to be in the green, no? You kind of need bodies, right? You need bodies. And they say something about birth visas. Maybe you heard about it. I think you maybe heard about it maybe on the Hake Report. Birth visas. The country of Japan, they say, is having a similar issue. And so they are now taking drastic measures, okay? The drastic measures, folks. And you may have heard about this. In fact, you may have heard about these drastic measures. Japan to combat declining birth rate. Japan to begin offering breeding visas to foreigners. Incredible. Right away, everybody's getting on a plane. Let's go, is what this image is saying. To combat declining birth rates. I just wanted to clear something up. It's a hoax. This is not real. Because I saw it go viral as well. I think I heard someone mention it too. This is fake news. Don't fall for it. Okay? Don't be emotional and run with it with the first thing you see on the internet, right? So, folks, this is fake. This is not real. This is, in fact, a meme from years ago, and it went viral again with this new picture of this fake news article headline. But this had gone viral like in 2018. This even has a Know Your Meme entry. If you know anything about Know Your Meme, it is the Wikipedia of memes, okay? Oh, thanks, little Nick. It's like the Wikipedia of memes, okay? So, you see, Japanese breeding visas hoax was not real. Okay, that was just, that was fake. Okay? And I get it. People, like, run right with things because I think to explain it simply, let's just keep it simple. At its core, it's emotional, right? Just you're going with emotion. You're going with emotions, thoughts, okay? You're going with insanity. And the emotions are playing on you because the devil knows what to play with. He uses anything. And some people are mad about, or sad, or fearful, or whatever about many things. And so they believe this. You know what's funny is there was a counter meme. When this was first going viral, there was a counter meme to this. So a fake counter meme to counter the fake breeding visas hoax. And it went something like this, that the breeding visa requirements eventually got released, quote unquote, on something that never happened, if you're following. And it says, breeding visa requirements include, but are not limited to, no over or underweight, healthy lifestyle, good school grades, high IQ, no alcohol consumption, no drug consumption, clean police record, good credit score, fluent in Japanese. Well, I guess we're out, says the meme. So just a little education on stuff, okay? Don't yeah, don't believe the first thing you see, right? I would imagine the counter meme was a little bit of the same, don't you think? Of whoever saw it initially and overreacted. And so they came up with a counter meme, and anyone who believed that is no different, right? You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I'm laughing at my chat, folks. You could be in my chat if you just want to be there. You can chat away. I'm doing this live. There's a whole bunch of people there, and you can chat away. Helps with the algorithm. Tickle the algorithm. Comment. Go into the comment section. Go over there and tickle the algorithm for the Anchor Baby. So anyways, yeah, fake news on that. Breeding visas. I'll say, I sort of remember seeing this because I'm on the internet. And when I first saw it, I kind of remember thinking like, oh man, this kind of proves that evil people here could possibly want to do something similar. I think to be inaccurate here, and then we'll move on, because maybe you're not even following me. In an inaccurate way, a bird's eye view, the Anchor Baby, how he sees the situation, I think it's more akin to vultures feeding off a dead carcass than a totally fine animal being picked apart by vultures. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Like America, these countries, they're being flooded with the immigrants or whatever, and it's these evil people trying to get rich. I think it's true, these politicians. But the cause wasn't them. They're just the vultures feeding off a dead carcass. Okay? But that's just like way too heady. Let's come back down to earth with this video that, I don't know about you guys, but it might demonstrate this union that's happened. How should I put this? This change in America that has happened. How about that? Let's put it like that. A change demonstrated in a 30-second clip. Anybody see the Mets game? Who watches baseball? Shout out. Who watches I know I'm glowing, very bright. Who watches baseball? Who saw the Mets game? They had a game, okay? Texas Rangers get utterly blasted by the Mets, okay? By Mets. And I don't watch baseball, but that's what happened. At this game, something happened that explains, that demonstrates what I'm talking about. Let's watch. Nice. They even did the but they did it with little trumpets. Isn't that cute? We got a mariachi band, mariachis playing higher. Is that Creed? That's Creed, right? Higher. And you're just welcome to America, okay? We're having fun I'm just messing around a little bit, but look, I'm kind of right here. This is a okay, they can stay. No way. This is called isn't this what they call intersectionality? Isn't this a little bit of that intersectionality? Look, funny stuff. I heard it once. Someone described this kind of not the way these people sang, but the way the original is sung. In that way, I don't know how to describe it other than this. I heard it described this way once. I Googled this everywhere. I cannot find anyone else use this term. So we are solidifying it here on the American Anchor Baby Show. That's called singing spoon-mouthed. I heard that once. I forget from who, and it stuck. When you sing it that way, you're like, can you take me higher? Like that. You know what it's like you have a spoon in your mouth. Heard it described like that once. It stuck. We're making it a thing. Shout out to the mariachis playing the higher. Okay, very good. They are likely Christian. Okay, so this is funny stuff. Okay, I've just messed around. This is the effects of immigration. Okay, the effects of immigration. Things change. Okay, this is this is the new America, but I still don't want to see these people get drafted into a war, okay? We don't need all that. We don't need all that. They're our Creed singing mariachi chimeras, American culture chimeras, anchor baby chimeras, okay? That they're still American, I say with a big asterisk. You know me. I'm an anchor baby. I know what it is. Anyways, where am I? Immigration, funny stuff. But what was I going to say? I forgot I was going to segue this. I mean, I'm just talking about culture a little bit. Some say there is no culture in the West, in America. Some say there's none of it in Britain, you know, even.
Has diversity killed traditional British culture?
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay. Do you see British culture today?
I don't know. I've been in the UK for 3 years, and I can't even think what British culture is.
So is it dead?
No, I don't think it existed.
Yeah, you don't.
Oh, see, I heard some of this before. I remember hearing a lot of this, well, over the years, obviously. But one particular moment that I can't forget, I remember I had this friend. And he said something. We were out somewhere, and he said something about white cultures. Like, we don't have one. It's a Wonder Bread. I think he called it Wonder Bread. Oh, we're just Wonder Bread. And I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Like, you know, how, like, the decency of Canadians, how that's like known. That's like a known thing. People not talk about that. They call it nice. They call it weak. You know, people are angry nowadays. They don't really have that same brotherly love. They'll call the things they once liked negative. But hey, whatever. That's the way of the world. That's their culture. There's other things, obviously. And these Mexicans singing higher, that's American, okay, folks? But it's a bit of a lie that goes around here. You know, you see it in the media everywhere. I was taught it growing up in the schools. That I don't know, everything about history and a lot of things we were taught, right? Racism, that's like a crux word, you know, bring it all in, put it all together what we were taught. But a lot of what we were taught is like total lies. Did you know, I didn't know about this. I kind of just saw this today, honestly. I don't even know how deep this is. I've seen they did like a Netflix documentary on this, so I'm suspect. But, you know, apparently the plaintiff, I'm learning this today, but the plaintiff of that Roe v. Wade case. Because, it was like a whole thing with courts and stuff. Okay, I don't know the details. But the plaintiff of Roe v. Wade made a big revelation on her deathbed, says Vox. This was from 2020. On her deathbed, she's apparently Jane Roe or whatever. I don't know. She's this lady involved with this, okay? Norma McCorvey, a.k.a. Jane Roe. So there's this documentary on her, how she says that it was all a scheme. It was all a scheme to trick people. That in the 1990s, she had a public change of heart, teaming up with anti-abortion groups. She had a change of heart, okay, in the 1990s. See, I didn't even know that. I'm just talking about everything we're told is a lot of lies. I heard Rosa Parks' husband may have had a car, which may be also fake news. But that's going around today. There's a bunch of people on TikTok and stuff. They're going like, wait, Rosa Parks this whole time had a husband? She's just messy. I'm seeing Black Twitter and Black TikTok go off on this a little bit. They're seeing this picture go around. It's Rosa Parks allegedly with her husband allegedly in front of a vehicle that he owned allegedly. It's like, oh, okay. So Rosa Parks just messy. Rosa Parks just messy. Wow, I had no idea. And Roe v. Wade was done under a false name, right? Asks Greenwald. Look, definitely check out that Vox article. I got to finish checking it out myself. But some of the stuff that came up today that you might find interesting. Thinking about culture a little bit. That culture. What else here? Japanese culture. Look. But yeah, immigration and all that, you get it. It's changing. America's changing. I want to get to calls here because I was driving the other day and I hit a area in Los Angeles. And this is not a conservative area. What is this? Hollywood? This is basically Hollywood. I mean, just a stone's throw away from West Hollywood, the gay district. So, and there was a picture, a billboard specifically, at this intersection that I got to show you. Is it a sign of something changing? But first, let's get to Rick out of Virginia. You may have something to say about all this. Sir, you're on the air. We got Rick, Virginia, on the air. Going once. Hey, Rick. Let me put Rick on hold. Rick out of Virginia. I'm sure they'll check on you, sir. You look like you wanted to say something about culture. For the culture. You know what I mean? So, on the culture, I must show you this. I'm going to show you this billboard. And now, where did I put it? Oh, no. Am I logged into Facebook at least? Please tell me I'm logged into Facebook. Who uses Facebook? I use Messenger. Does anybody use Facebook? Because I got to show you this billboard. Basically, this billboard has to do with SIMPS, okay? We're talking about SIMPS here. This is important. Okay, we're talking about SIMPS. And this billboard is talking about SIMPS. This is a billboard in the middle, like this pretty popular intersection. Is this, don't they call that like incel language? Is that some of that incel language? Is mainstream incel language? Is that what you're talking about? It might be. Look, you got to see the billboard before you on the intersection of, let me think, where was I? Santa Monica, and it's where the Chick-fil-A is. Okay, where's the Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A, Santa Monica. Okay, so you can be where the Anchor Baby was, for those not here. But it's basically Hollywood. We are going to Highland. That's right. This is Highland and Sunset Boulevard specifically. Delete your OnlyFans, says the billboard. Stop simping. Save our families and communities. I'm suddenly something is ringing a bell suddenly. Did the Hake Report talk about this? Hake, do you remember this billboard? Did you talk about this? So I'm getting major deja vu. Okay, so no, he did not. What's with that tree? I don't know. It's maybe mutated. I could have got a better angle, but look, it says paid for by nosimping.org. We got no simp billboards in LA. Are we so back? You know what? I didn't even go to that website. Nosimp.org. Are they going to tell us how to not simp on nosimp.org? It says we're working on it. Uh-oh. Come on, guys. Figure it out. You got the billboard up already. The site is under... Maybe it was working before and something's going on. Man, nosimp.org. We got simps. And it's a dire emergency, man. Okay, so you see the billboard. There seems to be... Is there an awakening going on? What the heck is simping? So, that's there in that corner, and it's interesting just to because in this conversation with the men and the women, it gets a little messy in that egos get involved, feelings and get hurt. It's people are not sure exactly what's the right thing. Anyways, and and they're talking about simps. Simps. What are they? That used to stand for something, no? A simp is a silly fool or foolish person. We know that it's slang for someone who's catering, okay? Catering to a woman, especially if she doesn't reciprocate, especially if she's, using you in a way. They call that simping. It's kind of lost its... Maybe it's just what you call anyone you don't like sometimes. But that's essentially what it is, right? What's up, Bill? Simping. And they're telling them not to do it. We got the billboards up in the middle of LA, a stone's throw from the gay area. What is going on? Is there an awakening? Let me see. How do I want to do this? There may be, but I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about that, because even I keep noticing everyone getting hoodwinked. You woke up to the Democrats, the politics, and it's like, yeah, you woke up, right? 2016 Trump. These people are evil. They're the party of whatever mess. And it turns out Republicans are corrupt. Conservatives are weak, and they're part of the problem. Oh, it's time to be a Christian and all that. Christians are judgmental. You know what I mean? Like the red pill people came out, different waves of it, and they're like, young men don't know what they're doing. They're being like, feminism is destroying women and men. But then those people, that whole thing is full of this very same that they criticize. They're full of men that are, that are giving out advice to basically be just like this very same people they criticize. Simps. Everyone's getting hoodwinked a little bit, okay? How am I trying to put this? Look, I'm just saying that I guess the devil just plays with everything, okay? The evil plays with everything. And there's only actually very few things that I can really conclude for sure. And one of them is anger is evil. You know what I mean? And that perspective change puts it all, it all makes sense. The women and all that. Let me see if we can flesh this out a little more. 888-775-3773 on what I'm talking about here. You may have seen that girl. What was her name? Lily. She said the N-word and she's super viral now or whatever. And I still really don't know much about her. I can't say I even check out her content. As far as I know, she was making like content before she went viral. personally think I really like her response about not backing down. I love it. Most people wouldn't do it. I think she may have just found herself in this situation and isn't necessarily supposed to be the bar. Okay, let me just play this clip, look, and then we'll get into it. Let me just play this clip. Man up, she's saying, okay? The same girl is telling the men to man up, okay?
Okay, we got a problem in this country, and it's people not getting married, not putting a ring on it, and not having kids. But conversely, we also have a problem with a lot of women voting, and they're voting Democrat, they're voting leftist. If you want to fix that problem, you have to wife these women up. Like, we have to stop being incels and stop going up to girls and, oh, no, girls are all just they're all just whores, let's not even go and ask them out. Stop being a pussy and put a fucking ring on it. If you want to fix the voting problem, that's how you fix it, motherfuckers. Like, anybody who votes leftist, they're single women with no kids and whatever, and they're jaded with life. So if you want to fix this problem, it's not trashing women and making them go further away from the conservative movement. It's by manning the up and putting a ring on it.
Man up! Why aren't you manning up and wifing them, man? You should be wifing them, or come on, guys. Before you start getting all activated, let's be real. You can't let go of that true point on the example that men put forth, okay? And not everyone that sounds like the world is in their heart trying to lead you the wrong way. Okay, here's what I'm trying to say. Not everyone because she sounds like these feminists. She sounds like the feminists. Okay, you have to wife them up. Stop being an incel. It's your fault. But I think she actually, in my opinion, this is my opinion, I think she means well. I think she's these are just the words we've been taught. That's just her on an individual level. But to the advice, back to the advice, it's on being an incel. Stop being a whatever. Just wife them up. Wife up these single mothers, man. Just wife them up and they'll stop voting wrong. That's cute, Lily. Look, that's cute, and I think she means well. I honestly do. The problem is a little more than even just voting. I guess. Okay? It's in the men too. But yeah, not wife up the single mothers can't be the advice. Why I forget why I even played this. It's not even to criticize her so much here. I have some messy notes at the beginning of this segment here. Hopefully you find the clips interesting. Oh, I just remember why I played her. Because in this whole thing we're talking, I'm rambling on about culture, the changes in America and stuff, and we're watching the clips, we're doing the things, and there's something interesting that happened with her. There's something quite interesting that happened with this lady, Lily. Okay, and here's another point on how much people have changed, I guess. Okay. White people, Americans. It seems like, and I don't know the details, somewhere in the right wing, people turned on this girl. Some people did. I don't know who. I don't know the details. And they turned on her. They're like, they're saying that she's Jewish or something. They're saying that she's a single mother herself. There's somewhere saying, I don't know the deets. And they like rejected her. But in a I guess what I'm trying to say is that I just see the same spirit in the good side. I guess that's all I'm trying to say. I see the same agitated spirit on the good people side. That's all I'm trying to say. I see the same agitated spirit on the people who are supposed to be good. Okay? And all that. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyways, 888-775-3773. Yeah. Men have changed too. Look, anybody know about the Chris Brown pics? What's going on with Chris Brown? And then we'll move on. Then we'll go to calls. because I got something for you. Chris Brown, talk about changing culture. Shout out to Chris Brown. I know that a lot of you, in a lot of people's minds, the first thing that comes up is woman beater. It did. Maybe I'm the evil one. I'm putting that in your heads because that was what came to me. Where was I? Chris Brown is doing these photos, these photo shoots, charging a lot of money. And so the way it goes is you pay a couple grand, I heard, and you get to have a picture with him. It's pretty much you get to do what you want. I mean, you're paying for this this privilege to do what you want, like grab him a certain way. He says everything but like he says something like you could do pretty much anything but like sexually assault him or something like that, or lick him or something like that. And so you got people lining up, taking pictures of Chris Brown, and if for some reason it's a controversy right now. It's going kind of viral for two reasons. One, it's this fiance. They're saying this is a fiance of somebody, and a man called off his engagement after he saw a picture of his fiance with Chris Brown. This was my soon-to-be fiance. I am heartbroken, devastated, embarrassed, and bamboozled. Once I seen this photo, see how viral it's gotten with the insensitive support, I ended the engagement immediately. What do y'all think? Is he a simp, or is he for calling off the engagement? So, I mean, she paid this money to have this picture with Chris Brown. Chris Brown destroying engagements. I guess that's her. I don't know. Why they blurring out the face like she's an underage girl? That's a good point. Someone's saying here on Twitter. Yeah, why are they blurring her face out? Like she posted that publicly. Yeah, are you calling off your engagement if you see a girl take a picture with Chris Brown like this? Yup, calling it way off. Who's calling off the engagement because she took a picture with Chris Brown? Men are doing this, like, straight up. They're paying, like, $1,000+ to pay this man to take a picture with him. I can't, it couldn't be me. It just couldn't be me. It could not be me, sir. Paying lots of money. He made the right decision. Oh, come on. Y'all are supposed to be mending relationships. Nah, I'm just joking. It's a major red flag. I don't know if it may not be for that guy. Bro, she was like this before she took this picture, my friend. So don't judge her. Like, that's who we were gonna marry. She was already like this. And I don't know what like this necessarily means. I don't know meaning anything by it. I don't know her. But this picture ain't a picture shouldn't have been it. The problem was before that. She was already the type of woman to do that with another man and kind of make you look bad like that. She was already like that. Okay, she was already like that. This, I guess, just was the last straw. But anyways, look, messing around with the Chris Brown story. I know some friends who know this Chris Brown story really well. They call it the Chris Brown rabbit hole. In fact, apparently it goes deep. I don't know, but where are my conspiracy theorists in the chat? Who knows about the Chris Brown rabbit hole? It's apparently like it goes deep. Apparently, we're talking setup, the Riri thing. Anyways, hey, she's an island girl. She's passionate, and passion brings a lot of conflict, right? We're not saying, we're not talking about, we don't care about, I'm not saying that you should beat anybody up, okay? I'm not saying anything about violence. I'm really not. Let's get to calls here. Having fun with this, but I got something else for you. On the works of the devil. We've been having fun, but you're going to maybe want to hear this. And other stuff. We'll get into it. Thanks for your calls. 888-775-3773. Let's get to Rick out of Virginia. You're on the air, sir.
Hey, Hey, brother Nick, what's going on with
Hey.
you, man? Sorry about the first time, man. That was on my end. I lost you guys.
It's no problem, man. I wanted to put you back there since you haven't gone on my show in some time.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
I was trying to make it an even
Hey,
time.
come back to your phone, Rick.
Oh, can you hear me now? What about now, Nick?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to, and like I said, when your show come on, we be ready to get off work, so we winding down. So I try and catch you at home, if you would.
Can you repeat that, Rick, and stay close to your phone?
Oh, yeah. What about now?
There you
Nick?
go.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah, usually, when your show come on, I be winding down, getting ready, close the office up.
Nice.
So I used to try and catch you at home.
Right on, Rick. Thank you.
But one way or another, I'm going to catch you, man.
Winding her down. I appreciate that.
Now, yes, sir. So I'm trying to, I got you now, and I'm going to try and keep getting you. Because you guys are getting problems now, man. Y'all getting hard to get on now.
Nice.
But that's a good thing, though, but it's a bad thing now. It's sort of a bad thing because it's hard to get on, but it's a great thing that y'all get the word out, man. So that's a great thing, man. So anyway, man, I just wanted to talk about something like, we've been talking about the Western Hemisphere culture.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've gotten so godless, man. People across the world don't even desire our women.
Oh, you're saying the women are such a low quality? You're saying that others wouldn't?
Yeah.
It would be,
Most
you wouldn't wish the Western woman on another man, even a foreign one?
No, I'm not saying that they're not any good ones,
Yeah.
But for most, like a lot of us are going overseas to get decent wives.
Right. Have you heard what some on the internet may call them? And it might be, whatever. Have you heard the term passport bros? They call them that sometimes.
Yeah, I hear all that, man. I'm like, I wouldn't go as far as that, man. Because see, even still, you can get somebody wicked overseas if you ain't careful.
Big time, Rick. Speak on that.
So, yeah, I'm just saying you just gotta still be careful. Yes, their culture is that women like even on the dating site, they say the top women are Asian women are number one. Then second women that are most desired are Hispanic women. Third are white women, and last are black women.
Wow. Why do you think that is?
Well, Asian and Hispanic women. I'm gonna talk about from what I see as well. They tend to be they tend to serve their husbands, if you would. Yeah, they tend to have an attitude of serving their husbands, and not to say that you can't get a wicked one there, but when I hear Hispanic women talking Asian, their top goal is not to compete with their husbands, not to try and be masculine. Their desire is, I want to serve my husband, and that's their top thing when it comes to their husband. They want to serve them, and like I said, a decent man is not looking to mistreat his wife at all, but at the same time, a man is looking to go to battle every day.
Wow. No, I hear you, and that makes sense. I too have the same conclusion that's why the men are looking at those specific women, because they give off the things that you're saying. But I'd say be careful with all that, because that just means they know how to hide it. That just means they know how to fool. You know what I mean? You got to know what you're getting into, and I think it'd be a mistake to tell men, hey, go find yourself a foreign woman, because then you'll have it easy. You'll have a wife that's not bad.
Exactly.
But all hearts are wicked, and so it's better to know what you're getting. It's better to know what you're getting into. And I'm not saying go be with the craziest woman, but it's better to know that that's what you're getting into. Like the heart is wicked, and everyone's got to do with the same work of dealing with the ego. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. And that is so true. And you got to be careful. You just I say just just be at the right spot. Just read people's spirits. Man, I think we we get involved sexually when we find a mate, and then we never see who the person is spiritually.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
big time.
therefore, you know, and then we use that excuse. Oh man, I met the representative.
Go back to your phone, Rick.
Oh yeah, so we'll say like I met the representative instead of the actual person. And all the time, the signs were there, but you know we get involved in sex and it destroys us spiritually, and we can't even notice who the person really is.
True, Rick. Rick, let's say, do you think if what do you think about this? I want to ask you something. If every man in America stopped, let's say, I don't know, if every man in America stopped being weak to the woman, how should I put this? I guess if every man in America stopped watching porn, well, do you think the women would be good? For example.
Well, you know what? I believe they will compete for us more, and I tell you why. Because see, it's like I like how Jesse put it. Women are sex dealers and men are sex addicts. So as long as we can't exercise discipline when it comes to sex, man, I'm telling you, a woman pretty much can control a man.
Yep. That one thing.
Yeah, and
I hear you,
that's
Rick.
our problem. We can't. We don't have any discipline when it comes to sex, but can we have it? Yeah, but we just tend to not, choose not to have it, and it costs us. It costs us. It forces us to be weak in our home.
Rick. Yes, sir, Rick. I'm hearing you. I get the gist of what you're saying, sir. I gotta let you go, Rick, man. You gotta call me again when your phone is a little bit more stable. But man, I totally understand.
Okay.
I get what you're saying. So far, I'm pretty much following, sir. It makes sense to me.
Well, shoot. Thanks for taking my call, Nick, and I will try and hit you up tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Wishing you well,
Love
as
you, brother.
always.
Be good. Yes, sir. Absolutely. You too.
888-775-3773, talking a little bit about culture. And the foreign women a bit. Yay. Shout out Biden. Undocumented spouses. Go get you I'm just messing around, okay? It's best you deal with the women here. You know, you're adding another layer, man. You're adding another layer that you don't need. But yeah, a little bit of culture. You know what's really gonna change culture? Is this. You want to see change in culture? Oh, you want to see a change in culture? Oh, you want to see a radical change in culture and relationships? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. That's just a robot hand. A really like detailed. Like it seems like all the finger movements are quite detailed. Yeah, this is just a robot hand, actually, but still amazing. Look, it's amazing what's happening in the world of tech and how they say these machines weren't going to do the jobs that a lot of jobs that people thought. That here's what I'm trying to say. They said that AI would not do complex jobs; it would just do simple things. Okay, they said that art, complex things that you're still going to need people for certain things. But it seems like every day that changes. Every day that goalpost keeps moving. Okay? Finally, burger flipping will be possible. You see? This is a radical change in relationships, right? Like business relationships. Maybe. No, it's not. Carver. That's your dirty mind. Look, we're talking about robot hands, and they say that like the jobs of certain people won't be taken over by machines. The job of the wife, okay? And look, and some say that the wife has a certain duties and certain responsibilities to take care of, okay? You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about laundry. Okay? I'm talking about laundry.
Hi.
And I'm talking about laundry. They said that the machines would not take over all the jobs, okay? Ladies, it's time to wake up. Because you're looking at the nerds and they're like, AI this, Elon Musk that, and you're like, whatever, nerd. Whatever, nerd. Okay? Well, watch this. Because you're not ready.
As a busy mom, I always dreamed of spending less time doing laundry.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Which one do I want to show you? You're not ready. Because now once your lives starts getting like threatened, now you do care all of a sudden. Now, once your territory starts getting encroached on, well now it's your problem. And we're talking about poplin. Do you know what poplin is? Poplin. It is it's an American company which allows people to hire independent contractors to wash, dry, and fold and deliver laundry. Huh. Well, imagine that. They got the Uber of laundries already? Where's this been? Where's this been this whole time? The Uber of laundries, finally.
Laundry and more time with my family.
And was designed to partially flood and pitch backward 90 degrees.
YouTube is YouTube is an unusable website. I did not do that. You saw that, folks. This is why you download the clips, because now I'm subject to YouTube insanity. Watch this.
As a busy mom, I always dreamed of spending less time doing laundry and more time with my family. And you know what? Poplin made that happen, and it's been a total game changer for me. Poplin is an on-demand laundry service where you can get your laundry done to your specifications, all with the touch of a button. Every time I receive my laundry delivery, it's like I'm opening up a present. My clothes have been washed and dried and show back up at my house the very next day, neatly folded, perfectly organized, and smelling amazing.
Okay, don't get mad, fellas. Be like, okay, don't get mad, ladies. Like, oh, the AI is coming to take our jobs. Actually, they won't marry the simps. They're simps and incels, and they won't marry us. And now they're just going to use poplin. No. Don't get mad. And men, fellas, don't get mad. Like, oh, so, wait, why are the fellas going to get mad? I don't know why the fellas would be mad here. But what was I saying? Yeah, look, you can maybe, what's it called? Up your net worth so that your family can spend more time together. But wait, hold up. How come mom gets to spend more time with the kids? But who's spending the money for Poplin, for the Poplin service? You're spending more for Poplin. So does dad have to work more? You see the whole this is you think it's a joke, and I am joking a little bit. I'm having fun. I don't think it's that deep. But this has this could be very disruptive. Like as if the American family needs any more disruptions. What's the point of this? It's a joke. But we're talking about women a little bit. I got a point for you later. Look, this is very disruptive, as if the American family needs any more disruptions, okay? It's just think about it a little bit. This is going to cause a lot of disruptions on the roles, okay? Okay? Poplin. What a mess. So, I know it's on people's minds sometimes on this the role of men and women and all this. And people are getting educated. They're learning what a man is supposed to be and all this. And I have a video for you, and I want to show you real quick. She's some lady on the internet. And like, people keep tagging Jessie for this video because she's kind of it sounds like you could almost say that she's listening to the Jesse Lee Peterson show, but she somehow inverted it. And no need for Jesse to be giving this woman attention. You can leave this layup to the anchor, baby. So leave it up to me, Jesse. I got it. I'll do this easy layup here. We don't need to give this woman attention. But I'll play you this clip in a second here. But I want to show some love to my callers here. Thank you, Frederic, out of Los Angeles. You're on the air, sir.
What's going on, Nick? Good afternoon.
How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Doing all right. Did you read that whole article?
Which whole article?
The one that you started the show with.
The Know Your Meme article?
No. Yeah.
About the Japanese breeding birth visas?
Exactly.
Yeah. This article here?
Well,
about
apparently starting in 2020.
Go ahead.
Starting in 2025, all Japanese women will receive $100K for having a baby from conception to birth. $100,000. Their money, though. You got to go to Japan. These black men got to go to Japan. See
That's in this article?
It's not. I don't know what article you found. You just found a fake article. You find a real article to see what I was talking about before you call it fake.
No, I'm just. Let's just get it straight. Let's get it straight. Because you said what you're saying about 2025 is in this article. Because you said, Nick, did you read this whole article?
Your article.
So then
I don't know where you got your article.
So then what article did you? So then what article did you say? Did you ask me if I had read the whole thing?
Saving their birth rate. Japan saving their birth rate and the new incentives.
Right. Slow down, Frederic. You said the article you read at the beginning of this show.
No, I said the article you was talking about.
And so which article is that? Is it this one that I have up, the Know Your Meme one?
I don't know if it's
in
that.
This
that's not
page.
The one I'm talking about, but yeah.
Okay,
that's
so
the one that said that.
Because you had originally said in this page, no, we're making it clear. Don't get frustrated.
Let's make it clear.
On this page, you said that this 2025, this news about Japanese women giving 100,000, because I'm aware of that story, by the way, giving 100,000 in 2025. You're saying it's not. That's what you started saying, that it was in this one. So you're saying it's not, right?
No.
Okay, so it's not in this. Go ahead with the story here.
What you was calling fake is real.
And how so?
When you started off saying that men aren't getting $75,000, they have small dating sites in Japan where these women is getting 100,000 are giving 75,000 to the people that's coming and give them these babies. Now, if you can find
which you're saying they're getting $100,000 for foreigners? What are you on this?
No, Japan is giving Japanese women.
Calm down,
$100K.
Frederic. Right.
Listen,
and you made it sound like it was people coming. You said these people coming. Where are they coming from, Frederic?
America.
Really? So
black men are coming from America.
Do you want to say that for sure? That's the real story, that Japanese women are getting $100,000 for American men to come over and impregnate them? That's what you want to say?
Listen, pregnant by anybody.
No.
They get 100K.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
All right,
not by anybody.
You're lying on your show.
No.
You're lying on your show.
You haven't been clear. You haven't quite said it. You're saying anybody.
I'm saying Japanese women. The government of Japan are giving Japanese women 100,000.
And by the way, this is just you trying to make up for believing the hoax. And now you're saying you're bringing this separate real article. Now you're bringing it up because you said birth visa. Let's be real.
No, I did not never say a birth visa. I did not say a birth visa. Never did I say a birth visa.
Oh, then I'm wrong. My bad. I'm wrong. My bad. Apologies. I thought that's what you said. Sincerely, no. If that's not what you said, that's not what you said. But if you had said that, then if you had said birth visas, then we all know then that you really did believe the hoax, and you're making up for it by bringing up this real article.
Black men from America to come there,
to
have babies.
No, but if you go into the real story, it does not say black men are coming to have babies with. No, it says residents in Japan, and they have. By the way, they have requirements. You might want to read the article yourself. So it's not just anybody can come. It's not just it's residents of Japan. And by the way, do you know
Japanese women.
Tell me what the requirements are to be a resident in Japan, Frederic.
You have to be, for this article right here, you have to be a citizen of Japan, and you have to live in Japan after having the baby. You have to birth the baby there,
right,
all the way into conception to get the 100,000. If the baby dies before you deliver, you don't get the money. Read the article.
So that's different that's totally different from what you're saying.
No, I'm not.
Why not just admit you don't know?
They can give the money to whomever they feel like. A lot of them Japanese women have their own money. They don't need money, 100,000. They're not broke.
You see how he just makes stuff up and he goes back on stuff. He starts off with
No, the way you're trying to make it seem like a hoax.
You literally said I'm saying the breeding visas is a hoax, and it is a hoax, and I proved it that it's a hoax.
Breeding visas.
I didn't say.
Said there was breeding
Calm down,
visas.
Frederic. You said you want to say it's a hoax. No, that's not what I want to say. That is a fact. The breeding visa thing is a hoax. Now, I never said when I was talking about the breeding visa thing that you had said it. I did say that you said that on this call, which you've now cleared up. We're moving on from that, right, Frederic? But the breeding visa thing is a hoax. To tell me that that's just something I want to say, that's crazy. To say that the 100,000 to say that the 100 to say that the 100,000 to say that the 100,000 thing to say that the 100,000 yen thing or whatever with the Japanese women is black men coming over to impregnate Japanese women is just Frederic trying to be bombastic and get the goat of people or something like that. Because I don't know, he thinks it's cute to make these statements.
And the passport brothers have set up highways and lineages.
And I'm being quite gracious about the breeding visa thing. We're gonna go back and rewind the tape.
Yeah, please do. Because in Japan, they have no they have no, like, you can't be from the United States. You have to be a Japanese American and breed with a woman from Japanese. That is not one of the stipulations in the breeding clause.
Can you say
all they have to
repeat
do
that?
is get pregnant and have a baby and get 100,000. Who they give their money to?
No, it is a stipulation. Cash handouts, no. Cash handouts for women. Yeah, the cash handouts to be made permanent in 2025. You talk about that, right? Still talk about that? Yeah, to all residents. Handout. So say what you said again. You turned away from your mic.
They all getting paid. The women are getting paid, and they can do what they want to with their money as long as they having babies.
Gotcha. Right. As long as the Japanese women residents, as long as the Japanese women residents are getting pregnant. Yes. That's from the Japan Times, which is different from what you're saying. That's different from the words you said. We've now made it clear. We've now went around and finally made it clear with my help. And let me just put it on the screen from the Japan Times so people can go read the article themselves. So we did it with my help and made it somewhat clear what you're saying. So you're thank you.
All right, I just didn't want the people to get confused, like I'm misreading memes and they ain't giving out 100,000.
No. It's quite clear to them that they didn't.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
They don't need to make that assumption. They don't need to make the assumption of you, Frederic, because they could just hear you in this call lie.
I know. I love it. They know what it is now because then they like, dang, Japan really is giving out cash for pregnant. What?
Right, they're right. Japanese women. Wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
You said nothing.
So only
this guy's actually on one. He's actually feeling himself over this. All right, Frederic. Last thing you want to say? Go ahead.
What the hoax is?
Frederic, last thing you want to say? Frederic, you're still talking. Last thing you want to say?
Yeah, one more thing I want to say. I don't see what a hoax is.
The hoax is the breeding visas thing that the Japanese government was asking foreigners to come and impregnate their women.
Okay, have a great day, Nick. I appreciate your call.
Yeah, thank you. Wow, he really believes that, folks. He really believes that. Wait, hold on. Am I wrong? Tell me where I'm wrong, chat. You could tell me, maybe correct me here so that I'm not off base here, but Frederic called me to basically tell me he does believe the breeding visas thing. He just called me to tell me, he basically just called me to tell me that, oh, they don't call it breeding visas because that's the meme. That's the meme, but it really is happening, Nick. So he really does believe the breeding visas thing. Whew, damn. Who do you think is at fault for that? Is it the education system? Do you think it's Google? You know, Google, maybe it's Google. Frederic seems like the Googling type. And here's the thing about Google, it's become all AI and all that, and you can't even think for yourself anymore. It's just like kind of just pops up and it gives you the quote unquote right answer. That is funny, man. I love that shark behind you. Oh yeah, it's always a different image. That's why you guys are putting the shark emoji in the chat. That's funny. Hey, what's up, Wow Hassan? How you doing, sir? I just realized. Shark it up. Okay, where is we? 888-775-3773. I got something for you. And I'll get right back to calls. Thank you for the patience. What did I want to do here? Nice women? The nice women thing? Oh, it's a whale, not a shark. What the? Let's slow down. And I want to show you something about, Let's do this. Let me move this up because we need a little something different. We maybe have had enough memes. We'll get back to memeing. But this is not so memey. This is emotional. And people see this guy on their Twitter and they get all sorts of like, oh, he was just such an amazing person. And I'm not here to say that he's not. I'm not here to tell you to hate this person or feel any different about him. Just want to point a couple things out. Let me nitpick a little bit, okay? Let me nitpick just a little bit. And we're talking about a guy I like. Okay, I know some people don't like him, and I only like him because my true impression and image of this man comes from the genie in Aladdin. That's just, I can't see it any other way. We're talking about Robin Williams. I think about the genie in Aladdin, and I love him. I might think about Flubber a little bit, although that's not such an impactful movie for me. See, the like Good Will Hunting and all that, those are not the movies I think of. I don't think of that at all. I think about Genie, Aladdin, Robin Williams, wah, 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 wah. You know what I'm saying. Let's get to this one, though, because people are feeling real emotional about it today, in fact. Sorry, I got real emotional there. The song just hit. He's talking to Coco. This is Robin Williams. He's talking to Coco the gorilla. They say Coco could do a lot of sign language and was very smart and could understand man. And here is man and animal united in a moment of understanding that only an empath like Robin Williams could do. You know, that's the vibe I get when people post this video. Only an empath like Robin Williams could speak to Coco like this. In fact, they say Coco went into a deep depression when she was told Robin Williams died. That may be true. That may be true, actually. You know, people think AI and motions and thinking are so human. That's what makes us human. No, that's, in my opinion, is like basic functions. It's like breathing. It's like God put all that there so that you could operate in this world. It's like part of it's like hormones, the nervous system. I don't know exactly what it is, but it seems to be like just actual like basic functions that animals have. Thinking, for example, thinking, feeling are not human. They're biological. They're not human. They're just biological, in my opinion. I don't really know what the heck I'm saying there, but it sounds right. Okay, rambling a bit on what I think about science. Robin Williams, speaking of Coco, and they share this, and they're like, man, Robin Williams, they impacted me so much. Can you play the song again? I forget who this is. Everything is fake, but you might want to back it up so and then Shazam it, because I might get dinged if I do that again. Nick, I'm confused. What are you confused about? I'm sorry. Let me slow down. So, Robin Williams. And I'm playing you this clip because people got emotional over this clip on Twitter earlier today. And there was, and people love him and all that, but here's one quote attributed to Robin Williams that I always see get shared whenever people talk about him. They always share this quote whenever he gets brought up. And here it is. It goes something like this. I used to think the worst thing in life was to end up all alone. It's not. The worst thing in life is ending up with people that make you feel all alone. You guys remember this one? I always hear this one get shared when Robin Williams gets talked about. You remember? Anybody relate? I just see this a lot. I've come to now find out that he didn't exactly say this. This is a quote from a character he played. So let's be accurate here a little bit. Robin Williams did not exactly say this, although it's always attributed to him. It was a character he was playing. But let's think about this character for a second. I didn't see the movie or the character, but if I'm supposed to... People are sharing this quote like it's this deep, insightful, special thing. They're all saying they learned so much from him. Look, they're all in the comments here saying they learned so much look, he's still teaching us after his death. And I'm like, what are we going to learn from this quote? I used to think the worst thing in life was to end up all alone. It's not. The worst thing in life is ending up with people that make you feel all alone. Nobody makes you feel all alone. How's that anybody's fault? How's that anybody else's fault? This sounds like a miserable person. This sounds like a person in hell. This sounds like a person who started off in hell and they're like afraid to be all alone. And then life didn't end up like that. And now they just hate the people that are around. Because they had expectations, because they had all sorts of thoughts about what it's supposed to be like. Which shows what? It shows your lack of understanding and your immaturity. You don't know human nature at all then. You don't know yourself at all. You think you're so honest and special to everybody and you're such a good friend to everybody. You know what I mean? Like, this is a person in hell. The worst thing in life is to end up with people that make you feel all alone. Like that's someone else's fault. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's the character, right? That's the character that he played. And in this same thread, they're talking about Robin here. I got to show you this one too that they shared. And in this one, Robin Williams is talking about battles with addiction, actually. And I know I've had even callers call me about it. Something I think about because especially when a caller calls me about it, I realize I'm memeing around, but I realize at the same time they're looking for help. They're looking for help, okay? And I know that someone even called me recently, and they're like, Nick, man, I'm going through, like, I smoke pot. I got, like, this sex thing. So a little bit on addiction. Here's the words from Robin Williams in the clip that was shared today from Twitter, that's kind of going around a little bit.
There's a voice, and it's a little quiet voice that goes, jump. It's the same voice. The same voice goes, just one.
Let's do it again.
Voice that goes, there's a voice, and it's a little quiet voice that goes, jump. It's the same voice. The same voice goes, just one. There's a voice that goes, jump. And the idea of just one. And for someone who has no tolerance for it, that's not a possibility.
To talk about it as caused by something.
Not caused by anything, it's just there. It's just, it's latent, waits. It lays in wait, and for the time when you think, it's fine now, I'm okay. And then beep. And then the next thing you know, it's not okay. It's not going so well.
Was there something somebody said to you, one sentence that got through, that sailed through?
No, it's like, it got through to me saying, you need help. And that's the best sentence that got through.
Family, friends, everybody.
Many people. It was pretty much unanimous on that level. And then you go and you say, that's it. Yeah, you're right.
How long before you decided this is it?
I don't know. It was a couple of years of just thinking I can do it on my own, and you can't. That's the bottom line. I can do this. I can stop. And you really think you can, and then you realize, I need help. And that's the operative word.
Man, that's so honest. And I'm not saying it's like he's not giving anyone advice here. He's not telling people he's just speaking honestly about his life, okay? And that's what's honest about it. I was just thinking about this a little bit. And I'm thinking about the biblical question a little bit, the works of the devil. Like, you know what I was saying yesterday? And I don't know. So if you remember what I was saying yesterday, somewhat, kind of putting together my thoughts on that verse in the book of James about being double-minded and submitting yourself to God. If you remember, you could maybe podcast my show from yesterday. But I was talking about destroying yourself, right? And how that's essentially what we do, right? I told you about the story about Dmitri Fyodor Dostoevsky wrote about, and how this character in this story destroys himself. And he's got problems because he's like passionate and impulsive, and that causes conflict with people in his life, and it's caused him to be like not wealthy, and And so it made him a prime suspect for the murder of his father, which, by the way, I never told you the twist yesterday. So if you don't want to hear it still, here it is. Dmitri actually never killed his father. And yet he was accused and all that internal turmoil. The point is, the man never really did kill his father. So he really was imprisoned unjustly. It really was done to him by others. But the whole story is a story of how Dmitri destroyed himself with guilt, with thoughts, with emotions. And I think, I'm saying that one part of my thinking on this question has been something akin to that we destroy ourselves, that's why we do these works, because we want to, we like the thrill, and we're stuck in this animal loop where we're like, don't want to, and then we see the pain, we see the pain and things it brings into our lives, and then we're like, no, we feel guilty, we don't want to, but that brings us to do it again, because the first moment that urge comes, we just go right with it. And we leave no space, not even a millimeter of space. Which shows what, in my opinion? It shows that you want to do the works of the flesh. And that's why you do it. And you're destroying yourself, right? I talked about it yesterday, but I think it's more nuanced, and you could check out what I was saying yesterday. But let me hit you with kind of like another way I'm thinking about it. Because I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just thinking about this question, okay? Why do you do the works of the devil? After watching Robin Williams here, the works of the devil, like think about this. It's the dang thoughts. It's the dang thoughts. You're literally doing the work of the devil. The reason your life comes undone, it's because of the god dang work of the devil. Like that's why your life isn't perfect. Imagine that. Your life isn't perfect. And I'm talking about like your relationships. Like, not that everyone is going to be perfect because you're perfect. Like you're never going to have conflict. But the reason it's so messy, you're so unwealthy, you got so much problems, you got people, you're passing on all these things to others, is because you're doing the work of the devil, where's its source? Where is its playground? The mind. Your life isn't perfect because you're like a demon. You're like a demon. And I don't know if a lot of people go around thinking that about themselves. Not saying that you should judge yourself like, I'm such a demon, but I don't think the average person goes around even thinking about that. Like, no, I have a pretty good life. I just have a good life. And they believe thoughts, and they, feel funny sometimes. Yeah, that's because you're believing thoughts, and you're doing the work of the devil. And those little funny confusions and things that happen between you and people, those little spats, those funny faces you give someone to punish someone, and all those little things are unraveling your life. They're like unraveling your life bit by bit. And it's not even you. It's just these thoughts and emotions. Totally unraveling your life. Eventually what it leads to is strife, conflict. People don't like each other. People hate each other. And the devil, literally the devil did that. You hear that in church and you're like, whatever. Or in the atheist, maybe like, whatever. That's just a way of passing on the blame to somebody else. That's the way of passing on the blame. Like, no, you're destroying yourself, but the devil did this. Anyways, folks, whatever. Look, these are the works of the devil. The literal works of the devil. When you go out, you do that face to someone. You get it. You want conflict. You want war. Because you want something. All these things. Okay, I'm rambling at this point, but those are the work. I know, 𝒔𝒐𝒄𝒊𝒂𝒍�. I have a hard time looking at it simply sometimes. It's just so simplice. But these are the things I've been thinking about, okay? Interesting question. Definitely answer it on Jesse. Let's get to some calls here. Robin Williams, the works of the devil. It's the little voice that says jump. The idea of just one. The interviewer lady asking him, incredulous. It sounds like you're saying it's caused by something else. Kind of alluding to what the world says. Oh, what, you just sloughing off blame? But he's just like, it's just there. It's this thing that's there. And when you think you're fine now, next thing you know, boom. So that's a mistake. Don't go around even thinking about being fine or anything. And by that, it could mean anything to you at home, honestly. But I feel like you all understand at least this generic mishtuka of thinking you're okay now, of relaxing. That's what it is. although we may not know exactly what Robin Williams is exactly saying, I think we can all kind of relate to this. Okay, now it's time to relax, spirit. Okay, now I can relax and I can ease back a bit on, working on myself and watching these things. I can ease back a little bit. Those are the works of the devil. The works of the devil. What else here? Yep, that's the works of the devil, folks. We got John out of New York, first-time caller. Thank you for your call.
Hello.
How you doing, John? Thank you for your call.
Hey, Nick. How's it going? Hope everything is all right.
All is well, sir.
I wanted to talk about the World War III thing, but I just noticed something about your voice tone now, man.
My voice tone?
Yeah, you're starting to sound like Mr. Rogers.
Maybe. This is the up and down?
Yeah, it's just the I'm like feeling fuzzy inside when you're talking. No Diddy. But
I gotta slow down sometimes a little bit because sometimes I get like animated like a cartoon character, and that's a thrill.
I wanted to talk about the World War III thing that they were saying that they said they predicted that's supposed to happen today. And all the news stations talking about it. But before
I don't know a single thing about it. Can you, before you even get into it, maybe inform us a bit what you talk about?
Yeah, there was I got a message on my phone where I see all these news articles were talking about these people that predicted World War III that was supposed to happen today, and then he talked about Putin talk about how we're on the brinks of World War III, and just World War III news, right?
Mm.
And they were like, we're minutes away from World War III. Some articles are saying it was supposed to happen today, which was yesterday.
Wow.
Well, yesterday I was reading it. It said it was supposed to happen today. But yeah, it was a bunch of World War III news that was going on. But before that,
no, I didn't hear about it.
Yeah, seriously.
They did change the draft. They did raise the draft like yesterday or the day before. At least that's when the news hit.
About just because I was listening to you, great commentary about this guy, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
I hope his soul is being rest, but he, I think he was going through a horrible child support thing, right? I think his terrorist. This terrorist woman put him on child support, and the marriage ruined him. I think she was taking everything away from this guy.
Oh.
I think that also yeah.
That rings somewhat of a bell. I feel like we may have reported on that.
Yeah, that's why he was going through so much depression, because all the money that he was actually making was going towards that damn witch.
Wow.
So you know that a lot of
I'm sure that didn't help.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of dudes that are homeless, Nick, a lot of them it's because of divorces and child support, where a lot of these dudes have to basically go get a less job that's paying less money, so their terrorist baby mama don't steal all their money from them. And the child support thing is really killing a lot of dudes in America. And the divorce marriage with these alimonies and stuff like that, where these women are taking. I'm seeing guys becoming homeless, living in their cars because of these divorces and these child support cases. Yeah. So
I cannot be nuanced on that. I cannot be nuanced on that. No, well, maybe sometimes, it's not every case. No, I just cannot be. That whole gambit of child support is predicated on this core ideology of there has to be a loser, and the loser is always the father, because there's got to be money involved, and it's always everything about it. It's everything in it. There's nothing good in that. There's nothing good in that whole gambit. Can I play a little devil's avocado with you? Let me play a little devil's avocado here, though. Would you agree with me that a man on child support has two roads, and that's of becoming better or becoming bitter?
That's true, 100%.
Even the man on child support?
Yeah, 100%.
You can either get better or bitter.
It depends. Well, that's a good question.
And that's not really that the becoming better or bitter. Who's that up to?
The man. The man got to become better because you have to be. That's the thing. You have to. A lot of men aren't used to dealing with women, and women target men like those that aren't really don't know how to deal with women. And then a lot of these women take advantage of that, especially if the man got a little job, got a little thing going for himself. So these women out here that are actually vampires. A lot of men don't understand. These women are not dumb. Like, a lot of men believe these women are dumb. Like, when they see a target, they're going for that target, especially nowadays with the economy so bad with this Joe Biden dude. So a lot of these women are targeting these innocent men. Well, not really innocent, but like these decent men, and they, and these
When you
men
say
fall
targeting,
into the
how do you
trap.
mean? Oh, you mean like Robin Williams?
Yeah, just like what Robin Williams did, just like all that, because Robin Williams was a celebrity. A lot of these women target these celebrities, and a lot of these celebrities, are getting screwed over. I mean, some of these celebrities are paying over $100K a month for child support. Like, come on, which child in this world, unless the child is made by God himself that came down with his bare hands and made that child, like the people are paying $100K a year on child support, right? And these women are actually getting that amount of money, and then they're going to the court system begging for more money. They're not pleased with the $100K. They're like, he's making more than that. Let me get $500K a month, right? So these celebrities are getting screwed over, and obviously most cases that are lead towards the women. It's led towards the women winning over towards these men. And Robin Williams, that's what was going on with him. He was going through a lot of stress with his ex-wife, So, it's, and to the point, fortunately, he offed himself. Which very sad story. And it's crazy that the feminist women aren't coming out defending men that are suffering like this, even though they believe in equality, quote unquote, right? They're not coming out defending all this stuff. They're just saying, okay, man deserves to pay. That's what man deserves to do. And unfortunately, some men are even siding with this nonsense.
Yeah. No, that's because they fall for the protecting women crap thing, and it's just beating men over the head with. It's like, I don't know what it is. Let's call it order thumping or something. It's like they learn what the order is, and that's like, okay, well, and then they'll just use that like they use anything else. Like, okay, well, I'm just not obeying because whatever, and we have to do the child support because men are whatever. We have to do this because, it's just all crap. No self-reflection here.
I think they just need to give men a little bit of power when it comes to dealing with the child support cases and stuff like that. They really have to start being more reasonable when it comes to handing random women money. I think the
whole thing's got to go because I can't trust it. Like, I can't think of Can you tell me a reason why there should be there? Like, okay, Nick, there are some deadbeat dads though, right? And some of those women still need. I don't know. I'm just not quite convinced.
I personally believe that child support should be for married women that's been married for over 10 plus years. I think it could, because a lot of women are purposely just laying down because, with the sexual revolution movement, all these girls on dating apps, now they're complaining that feminism lied to them. They're coming out on TikTok and all these different social media talking about how feminism lied to them because they're going around sleeping with a bunch of different random men.
Well, then it's time to work 2 jobs and be a single mom who works her arse off, and the children are going to suffer because you got to put them in daycare. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what it's going to have to be. It sucks. I don't want it to be that way, but that's how it's going to be. Then be a single mom with 2 jobs, and they got to get the daycare, and they got to be traumatized by the child care daycare people because you don't really know who it is, but that's how it's got to be. And look, you might think that's harsh or whatever. You might think that's harsh, but do you know the name Megan Hall?
Yeah, it sounds familiar. Yeah, no,
it's that Tennessee cop, that female Tennessee cop who had sex with their whole police department and the chief.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
While she was married, right? 6 other officers and all that. She's rich, right? You know that
Yeah,
she got
she
no
got-
consequences and is rich?
No, that's what. Yep. Yep. I heard the news.
$500,000 rich?
Yeah, she came out crying and say that the bad people did it to her.
That's the society we live in. So let's make it clear.
Right.
It's not. This is not too far. This is not mean. No, the woman thing has gone way too far, and it's undoing society. It's undoing society.
Yeah, I mean, there's also that singer. I forgot his name. He was a black guy. He's a country singer, and he was dealing with this girl that was married, and he plowed her, and basically she got pregnant while she was married, and she told her husband that it was the husband's baby, and she lied the whole time, and it came out. A black baby came out. What the? A black baby came out. And it was a whole news. It was a whole mess. And I'm like, she had no consequences. There was no repercussion of doing that. Women have more power nowadays than men. And I think,
Yeah, men are
some
following women.
Yeah. And believe it, guys, these women don't want to give up this power as much as they want to claim that, yeah, men are suffering. A lot of them don't want to give up this power because, women are getting less times when it comes to being sentenced in jail. I mean, I've seen women that literally kill their children and only get 10 years. You have these teachers out here. Yeah, you have these teachers out here that's having intercourse with boys in schools and stuff like that, and they're like giving them a slap on the hand. You know what I mean? So
let me ask you,
really
John.
rough. Yeah.
What do you think? If every guy in America, let's summarize it in an inaccurate way, but change their ways, so to speak. I guess that's making this conversation difficult. How do I want to ask what I'm trying to ask you? If every guy stopped being lustful, will women be good? Would women change as well and be like good or whatever? I'm being very inaccurate, but hopefully you're understanding me somewhat. If men change and we're good, would women then be good? Would all women then be good?
No. I don't believe women. I think women, I understand that women sometimes base their knowledge based on the weakness of men. So a lot of times when men are weak, women become weak also. But I think you have to deal with who's programming this weakness towards men. So if all men change, but who's running these men? Who's the leader of these men that's pushing these things on social media? And I think women also will choose evil regardless, because women have always chosen evil, even when the man is decent, right? I think women are more drawn to evil than men. They're more easily manipulated by evil than men. Most men become evil because of women. Like, for example,
you said most men become evil because of women. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Go on.
A lot of men, because, for example, if you think about like the school system, right? Especially if you talk about the black community, when you have these young boys, let's say they were raised by a single mother, but the single mother was raising them a little bit right. Okay, he has his big book bag, have his nerd books, and he's going to high school, right? He's like, I'm going to do right. My mother wasn't raised properly, but she wants me to do wonderful. He goes to school and he see a girl that he actually likes, right?
Yeah.
Notice that girl is going for the thugs. Notice that girl is going for the gang members. You know what I mean? Then he's a sophomore. You see another girl he likes. He notices this girl is going for the thugs. This girl is going for the wrong guys. His mindset's going to start thinking, okay, now I know what being cool is. Now I know how to get the girls. I'm going to have to start acting like a degenerate. I'm going to have to start join a gang or something like that. So a lot of these boys out here, because that's what the ladies are going for.
But wait,
so
I'm still waiting for you to tell me where that guy in this scenario was made evil by a woman.
Because he wanted to impress the woman.
That sounds like his problem.
Sound like what?
That sounds like his problem.
Yeah, but the women influence it.
No, I don't gotta be ignorant about that. Yeah, the female influence is heavy right now. Anybody who wants to say, it's not the main influence is not feminine and women and all that. I don't know where you're living, But so I understand what you're saying here, in a sense, right? Because like when you look at the single mothers and all that, well, who's raising these kids, right? It's the women. And anytime I say, look, anytime I've ever said any criticism about women and all that, it should be kind of given. But let me remind the people that if you're a guy and you relate to what I'm saying, you're acting like you're being a woman. So let that be an internal check, because there are a lot of men that act and feel the ways that I'm describing about women. Let that be a check. If you hear me and that hits, you got some internal work to do. See, men can be like women too, but it's a feminine thing. It's a feminine influence, 100%.
Yeah.
And
I
I think men are following the women.
Yeah, they are. I think that.
I just had to nitpick a little bit. Sorry to interrupt. I just had to nitpick a little bit because even in that scenario you gave me, the woman didn't do that to the man. Still, in a sense, there's some influence going on and all that.
Yes,
making it clear. Go ahead.
You're right. Absolutely.
I'm totally
right.
nitpicky.
Right.
But go ahead. Please finish.
No,
you're
absolutely right. Right. I mean, it's like this, right? If somebody be like black people like to say that the government bring drugs into the black community. I mean, if somebody's handing you drugs, the only thing you got to say is that I'm not going to take it and keep it moving, right? So you still have a role in taking that drugs, right? Now, the difference a little bit when it comes to the women, when men are continuously seeing these women choosing these wrong guys, and men are, let's just be real, like men are hypersexual. Men are birthed to procreate. A lot of men. You know what I mean? And men have a strong testosterone where we have, a strong sex drive. So when they're seeing, the hottest girl going for these degenerate losers, the men are going to say, that's what the girls like, And I know you guys are out there in LA. I went to LA, I was going to curse.
Thanks. Keep it clean.
LA is a disgusting place, my man. I don't know how you guys live out there. LA is
well, my life is going beautifully, right? So I'm untouched. I'm in a bubble. My life is going amazing. That's why. But okay, just to move on, just a little quicker. Sorry, it's just because of time. Following, sir. Thank you for this. What I want to say to you, what I want to ask about women. Yeah. What were you just saying? The drug dealer, the drug user, the influence.
Yeah,
I forgot.
The influence. I was basically saying that these men, obviously, the women have more influence on the man. More, people don't understand. There's different versions of drugs. People believe that drugs are just someone giving you this substance in your hand and you take it. Drugs can be many things, right? You can be addicted to video games. You can be addicted to eating. You can be addicted to so many women. You can be addicted to women. So there's a lot of drugs out there. It's just that we're not calling it drugs, right? And these women, these men, unfortunately, and it sucks to say this, I remember when women were saying that they love tattoos. All the men ran and
I remember what I was going to say. I'm following shots. I just got, if you allow me to jump in there in the last few minutes of the show. I remember what I wanted to say, not discounting what you just said. I did hear you.
Right.
But real quick, it sounds a little bit, allow me to nitpick here. It sounds, when you say stuff like, when the guys see the women out here, it's like when they see them out here, they think, okay, I just got to go join a gang. Would you say that that's a little bit exaggerated? I see the women out here and I see who they like. They like this kind of guy. So I guess I just got to join a gang. Come on. That sounds really far. I really don't know anybody like that. Sincerely.
I'm not really just talking about gangs. I'm talking about the degenerate acting, the degenerate ways of acting.
Yeah, but even that sounds a little
right.
Like you're talking about, I don't know. It sounds like you're talking about those women who will get interviewed by those guys, man on the street outside of a club.
Huh? No.
Those are barely women, man. You're basing that's barely a woman. That's barely a woman. And you're basing your kind of like your conclusions about men and women on stuff like that. And I don't really know if you're doing that. It just sounds like it.
No, I mean, I'm kind of exaggerating a little bit, but
fair enough. I just want to make that clear.
It's still based the point, because
I think you made that clear.
Yeah, because like a lot of women want men to act a certain way, even though sometimes these women say they want a soft, they want a man who's a little feminine and stuff like that. But they still cheat on those guys with the masculine guys. And unfortunately, a lot of these degenerate guys, they give a false sense of masculinity. So a lot of these women go for those guys because they give a false sense of masculinity, right? So social media also help that with these hip hop artists that's talking about being tough and acting like this, being this degenerate person. So women usually side with that side. So it's unfortunate, but again, thank you, Nick.
No problem, man. Thank you for your call. Call me again, sir.
All right, brother.
Nice. Well, let's rock through these calls really quick here. Appreciate the patience. Let's get right through them. Can I really quickly say something? A source of a lot of strife and conflict for people I noticed is this cheating thing, and the thought of she cheats on this kind of guy. This kind of guy gets cheated on. Folks, I don't know what to tell you. This is not a black pill. But I've seen every type of guy get cheated on, okay? So I don't know what to tell you. Maybe we shouldn't even be going down that road in the mind. I feel like maybe we shouldn't even be even dipping our toes in that pool in the mind, even a little bit, on what type of guy gets cheated on. You just need to be real. You be you and you be yourself. Like, this is not even cliche. That's just the absolute truth. You want to be fake? Man, be miserable. Go ahead. You're going to get cheated on anyways. I'm not being black pill. Look, I still think that's quite somewhat rare in that it's not like I know a lot of people that got cheated on. I know it happens, but I don't know. I just don't know that world too much. But we shouldn't even go down that road. That's not even... You mess with that Pandora's box, it's too sticky. And once it starts sticking to you, it starts affecting your behavior and your thoughts. You know what I mean? On how you're supposed to be. Careful with that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yep. Feminists in the chat. I knew you'd show your face eventually. Feministas. All right, let's get to Greg out of New York. You're on the air.
Hey, Nick.
How you doing, sir?
Good. So I'm going to keep it quick because I know there's not much time, but
no problem.
It's also really hot in my car, which I got to get out of it. It's like freaking 95 degrees right now. I'm in Niagara Falls.
You're like a cooked... Oh, you're Niagara... Nice. Shout out Niagara Falls. Don't become a cooked toddler. They say that's not good for toddlers and dogs. I don't know if it's good for a Greg either. But so, are you in the American side of Niagara Falls?
Yes.
So you're...
Of course.
But don't laugh so hard, man. Like, that's such a win. Because you are feasting your eyes.
I don't plan on it.
You are feasting your eyes on the most beautiful side of Niagara Falls, which is owned by the Canadians. So don't laugh too hard. Don't laugh too hard. Yeah, they don't get to see it. They don't get to look at it. The Americans get to look at the nice side of Niagara Falls, but they own it.
Wow, interesting.
He says in a monotone voice, maybe not believing me. Well, right on.
No, I know.
Oh, sorry. Go on. For some reason, I thought it was snowy.
I know that this area, this Western New York area, the closer you get to Canada, it's literally just Canada. I understand that.
Shout out Canada. All right, sir. What's got you over there at Niagara Falls?
I'm an emergency service technician, and there's an emergency I'm attending to right now.
Very nice.
Yeah, so I just finished it up, actually. I just forgot my equipment, so I turned back around, and I'm here again.
Hey, and got a little call into the show.
Yes. So I was calling to ask, what did you guys think about how you guys obviously didn't have plans to go to AFPAC 4 like you did AFPAC 3, right?
AFPAC. I mentioned it yesterday, I think. No, not this year.
I missed the show.
Yeah, not this year. I didn't hear much about it this year. I know it's been a busy year. But we were at AFPAC 3. I remember that. Jesse spoke there. I mentioned it yesterday because I heard about AFPAC 4 getting shut down, which is crazy. Whatever you could think about anything. Yesterday, I forget if I mentioned it, but I was kind of talking about, what was it? Like censorship, maybe a little bit. The right wing of America, and how can we have a right wing and free speech and all that when stuff like this is happening, right? A shutdown AFPAC, whatever you think about it.
Well, what I was thinking is I'm just glad you guys didn't go, and I'm glad I didn't go, because that would suck. You travel all that way and it gets shut down,
That's true. Blessing in disguise, maybe. But I sincerely, I don't know if it's going to get rescheduled and all that, but I don't think that should be happening. I don't know the details, by the way, because it was like a private venue, maybe. I don't know. I don't know the details.
They tried a bunch of different venues and they all got shut down, I heard.
But even with that tidbit, yes, private venues can do what they want, and that remains true. I don't want to take that away even a little bit. But what kind of America are we living in? Like that, we're talking the richest CEOs of America are subject to words. You know what I mean? It's
wild. It's wild. And then they had contracts that, like, hey, if you give us this deal, you're not going to shut us down. But sure enough, you forget contracts. It means nothing when it comes to words, I guess.
That's not right.
And then so if I had a final question, I would just say, I called in the other day, and you made like a rhetorical question or something. You said, "Is Greg pure Alin?" What did you mean by that?
Pure Alin?
Yeah. Did you mean Aryan?
Did I say it like a funny? Did I say it like with a French accent? Pure laine.
I think so.
Pure laine.
Yeah.
That means.
What does that mean?
Pure laine means pure or white wool. Okay, pure laine means, literally translated, means pure wool or genuine wool. Okay, but it's a French term that the French speaking people in Quebec, they say to refer to Quebecois people of full, like, Canadian ancestry. It's to mean, like purebred. It's also like a name, like a word. I forget exactly the details, but like a movement in Quebec. And if you know anything about the Quebecois, there are some French Canadians who are pretty. How do you put it? Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not territorial. Yeah, but they're just supremacists. You said.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you're using that word, but yeah, they want to separate. They want to keep Quebec French, and when they say French, they don't mean Haitian. Like that.
Oh, okay, I got it. They mean
white. They mean French white Canadians with that ancestry. They want to separate from. They're separatists, some of them. But that's what I think that's what I said. Pure laine.
All right, cool.
Pure laine.
Cool.
It's French.
I like to be educated.
Yes.
I don't plan on going to Canada. If I do, it'll be to drive through there to go to Michigan and to a concert or something.
Hey, Greg. Hey, don't talk ish.
I'll call you next time.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
Don't talk ish. It's not time to build the northern border just yet, although this timeline is shortening like every day. I used to feel like years away, but this need for an American northern border blocking out the new Canadians is I think necessary within the year. Okay? What a mess. We got one last call. Rod out of Kentucky. You're on the air. A couple of minutes here, sir. Appreciate the patience, and then we're out. Rod, Kentucky.
I'm good here to say I haven't been in Los Angeles in almost 1 decade.
I cannot hear you, sir. You got to get off speakerphone. All I hear is wind.
I just thank God that Jesse said that we still have time. Mr. Kumar from India was wrong. So that gives me more time to come out of Betaville. Tell Jesse I look forward to talking to him soon.
Nice, Rod. You'll call him? Call him, sir. I appreciate that.
I will. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. I missed some of that, but it sounded like you wanted to call Jesse. So definitely call Jesse Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific time. And it's the same number that you called this show when I'm in this chair, 888-775-3773. Let me get out of here, folks. That's it from the Anchor Baby. Take care. Oh, the ladder going up. Was that a voicemail? Take care, folks. I'm out for now. See you tomorrow, noon Pacific time for more American Anchor Baby. Manhood Hour, Hake Report, and Joel. Take care, folks. I'm out. I lied. Let me do this real quick. Before I go, can we show some love to the super chats? We got some super chats, folks. And I do appreciate it. One from Birdie Bound Brian says, Devil's avocado, devil's eggs with avocado. Better, not bitter. Amazing show. Thank you, sir. Kale Samogi with the super chat says, populists have taken over the Republican Party and most rhinos are being pushed out. Trump said he's going after the deep state. We've heard that. And his plan is still the most radical I've heard, pushing out everybody, at least a significant amount of people from an administration, purging them out of that. Not something I've ever heard before. So wishing Trump well on that. And so that's that from the super chats. You know, there was one, I'm remembering now, there was one on Friday, the show I never got to do. And I said, I think that I'd read it out. And I know it was from Delighted to Be Here. And I'm wondering where that is. Delighted to be here. Oh, man. I know I promised to read it out, Delighted to be here. So I'm going to go find that, okay? We'll reconvene tomorrow. Take care, folks. See ya. Bye. Okay, now bye.